Yeah, let's go. Shout out the mountain and fish. I got Iggy and Woods doing right for the culture. If you just here for the views and the likes and just put on the mic, you a vulture. They let me down, but the raps did it. They let me down, but the switch did it. They let me down, but the raps did it. They let me down, but the switch did it.
This is your boy Iggy.
It's your boy Woods.
You are now tuned in to another episode of Hip Hop Who's Podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Continue to keep supporting. Guys, get the merch, man. You guys got to get the merch. Get the merch.
Yeah. Let's go.
We're lit. You got to go on the website to get the merch.
Yep.
www.hhoops.com. Right? You'll see it right there. You got to go get the merch, man. Support and get the merch. It's ill, man. Shout out to promo guys for sure.
Promo guys.
Yes, sir.
Salute to you.
I gotta give a big shout out, man. I gotta give a big shout out to my boy JJ.
Yeah.
I hope to see him soon. Shout out to JJ, man. He's been my guy for, a good probably like 13, 14 years, man. Solid dude.
Loyal,
So,
man.
Yeah, man. He's out in New York, so I hope to see him soon. So keep your head up, man. And I gotta give a big shout out to JJ, man.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Listen, man. I wanna get into it real quick. Shout out Title League, of course. That's
Come on, baby.
that's
Distant
Distant
Cousins.
Cousins, man. Shout
Back,
out Title
baby.
League. Let's talk about some of the local stuff that's been going on.
Yeah.
I know you guys had a game, but let's start off with game of the week.
Yeah. Ooh.
OSBA, shout out to Ray. There was a big game, Royal Crown versus William Academy.
That it was.
It was, the anticipation for the game was
Solid.
but it didn't turn out to be such a great game.
Yeah.
Royal Crown ended up winning. The score was 96-76. William Academy got dubbed.
They got dubbed. Man. Learning lesson. I think they're gonna meet each other again. I think the second time around is gonna be a little bit more entertaining.
So at William Academy.
Yes. Yes. So they're gonna want to get their get back. I believe they're gonna get their get back, but
Right.
like we said it from the jump, that championship is for Royal Crown to lose.
I agree. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we said
we'll
it.
see.
We said it a while ago where we felt like Royal Crown, it was for their championship to lose. I believe that them and Fort Erie would be obviously another
that would
great
have been
matchup.
epic.
But Fort Erie's no longer in the OSBA,
Right.
correct? So
Right.
the score was 96-76. Afosa, he had 31 points. He just looked kind of a little defeated, because Royal Crown is such a stacked team. And guys, Jan didn't even play.
Right.
Their high riser wasn't even playing, right? But they do it by committee. They do it together. You got you got Kamani who's there. You got Richardson who's there.
Yeah.
You got Justice who's there.
Right.
You got Xavier, the big man who's grabbing rebounds, protecting the paint. Obviously when Jan is playing, he's just catching everything.
Right.
They're so balanced, man. And I think this is probably one of the most loaded Royal Crown teams I've seen in a while.
And that's how they designed it, by committee.
Yes.
That's the only way you can really win a championship. So
yeah, man, they're such a good team, and I enjoy watching them. They're now 5-0 right now, and William Academy is they're 2-3 right now. So yeah. Also, let's get into high school,
right,
because high school is not dead.
It's well running. It's alive, man. It's alive.
Yes. High school ball is not dead, and listen, TCI. My Tisseltown Collegiate boys, senior boys, they did their thing against West Humber, last week, Wednesday.
Yeah.
The score was 73-66, TCI. They're 1-0 right now.
There you go.
And West Humbers, obviously they're 0-1. But I gotta give a shout out to my boy Tayshawn Cabell. I came in there and I said, listen, I need you to put on a show for me. It's been a while. But I need you to put on a show. And he came out and he put on a show for me. He dropped 30 points. He got it from every which way you can ask. He was getting to the line, getting layups, shooting threes, off the screen pull-up threes, hezzy threes. He was aggressive. Yeah, man, and he did it efficiently. You know, he didn't go out there and just shoot 40 times.
Bottom line.
You know,
And you gotta rate that. That's
yeah.
another thing, man. Kids, if you got the green light, do it within the context of your offense. Don't
Mm,
go just out there chucking with a field goal percentage of like 12%.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah, and just be like, "Yeah, I got my 30."
yeah,
You
you
know,
took
nah,
45 shots.
you took 45 shots. Yeah. So I got to give a big shout out to Tayshaun Cabell. He dropped 30. I got Jamari Penn. You know who he had 22 points, and Gabriel. You know Alvarado. He chipped in with 8 points. Solid performance from him. You know, being this is his first time as playing seniors.
Mhm.
You know, coming from the junior ranks, him and Jamari, they played really well. Those are our two guards last year, our two lead guards last year. Now they're playing seniors this year. They look sharp. So I'm excited this week to see them play again. I'm not sure I think they play Richview. I want to say they play Richview. So that's going to be a really big
Yeah,
challenge for us.
Richview's like the team to beat in
Oh,
your division.
they're nice. They're nice. I'm just
Yeah,
so happy that we play them at home
right.
and not at Richview. So, you know, we'll see.
Well,
We'll see.
hopefully, your students come out
Oh
to
yeah.
come out and support. You
TCI
know what I
was
mean?
rocking on Wednesday.
Oh
Oh,
man,
they
this is
were
dope. This is
rocking.
dope.
So I'm super excited for this season.
Mhm.
The junior boys again, they play this week, and our seniors play this week. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it though. So,
Yeah,
but I know
man.
you guys had a game, Westview.
Yeah, we had a few games, man.
Let's talk about it.
In regards to the regular season, we kicked off our regular season, I believe last Tuesday or Wednesday, forgot. But anyhow, we played Northview, and both my juniors and my seniors came out with the dub. You know what I mean? On the junior side, it's good to see my big man and my guard, Julian and Dejan, really do their thing. You know, it's kind of dope to see our junior program really evolving into something special. It could be something special. I'm kind of hyped to see that. And on the senior side, we handled our business. We got our first win
Mm,
because we played in that Humber Classic and left with no wins. You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
So getting our first win, our backcourt is pretty impressive. Um, Christoph and Ricardo, they probably combined for like maybe 40 points, 45
Mm,
points. I wasn't really feeling the 11 turnovers combined, but
a coach's nightmare.
yeah, right. But
Coach's
we
nightmare.
lucked out. We lucked out with the win. I know we got a game next week against Newton Brook, who's gonna be a pretty tough, tough matchup on the junior side and on the senior side. So
Mm.
yeah, that's gonna be tough. We'll see. We'll see how that how that
I
goes.
just hope that you guys can play AY Jackson. That's the team that I want you guys to face.
Yeah.
I need y'all to get that get back.
Gotta get that
You know?
get back,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Shout out
Yeah,
the coaches over there. But
yeah. Coach
yeah,
Phillips. Shout
Coach
out Coach
Phillips.
Phillips. Yeah, he's
You
doing
know
a
what I
good
mean? The
job over
crazy
there.
thing, you know what he told me last year when we had that undefeated season going into the playoffs and slapping up everybody, and we met them in the semis, I believe. And he showed me like, yo, we just watched all your games on YouTube. I was like, shit. This year, put that shit on private.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So no one's seen that shit.
yeah.
I got some new stuff lined up, but
That
yeah,
boy was scouting
he
though.
was scouting. But that just shows like high school ball. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? From the AY Jacksons, the Richviews, the Westie, the TCIs,
Mm.
the Oakwoods, um, the Mother Teresa's on the Catholic side. All those
Mhm.
schools in the Brampton area.
Yeah, St.
I was just
Martin,
at a
St. Rocks,
tournament.
yeah.
I was just at a tournament this past Thursday for the juniors in at Maple High School in Vaughan
Mm.
there, and the York region. I think that's the York
Yeah,
region
York
area.
Region. Yep.
Yo, shout them out. Shout out all the schools over there.
Hoopers.
Hoopers. And the
Mm.
coaches are engaged. Players are staying. Some went prep, obviously,
Mhm.
but not everybody can go prep. The ones that stayed, they're making their programs look solid. So I want to shout out. And apparently they used to have tiers, like tier 1 and tier
Tier
2,
2, yeah.
right? They took that all out. Now it's just one.
Everybody.
Everybody got to
Good,
go
I
at
love
it.
it.
You know what I mean?
I
So
love that.
shout out York Region. Shout out Maple High School for putting together a phenomenal tournament. and thanks for the invite, man. So
Mm,
yeah, basketball in high school is here. It ain't going nowhere. I think everything's gonna come back in full circle. The elite hoopers are gonna continue to do their thing at the prep level because that's evolving. But I think high school ball is still there's still competition, and that's
mm.
gonna evolve, and we're having a full circle moment, I think.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want to hear from obviously the people in the comments. Back when we were hooping in high school,
Mhm.
I feel like obviously Toronto was running it. Like
Right.
Toronto, if you had the Runnymeds, you had the Nackies, you had who else? Bathurst,
Bathers,
even if you want to get into like the West Hills and all that
yeah.
areas, I think they ran like basketball in high school. And
And
then
even when
when
I was coming up, Cathedral.
Cathedral,
Yeah,
but I would more say even the Toronto side was
yeah,
running basketball. Um, like Toronto District School Board, and then you would have schools like Westwood and Notre Dame and
yeah,
Brampton and schools
yeah.
like that. They kind of were like new to almost this, and Toronto was running the game. Now I kind of feel like it's not the same anymore. I feel like Peel is running the game.
Yo, man, I
I
feel like
think
I
Peel
feel
is
like
running.
everybody moved out
Yo,
from Toronto
yeah,
out there and started their families out
yeah.
there,
Like
and now
I
their youngins
feel
are killing it.
like you got St. Marcellinus, you got St. Roch, you got St. Martin, you
Yeah,
got man, I can't even like all those schools that were in the
right.
Humber College Classic, like those were so much they were Peel schools
Yeah, dominated.
and they were dominating.
Yeah.
So man,
You know what
I'm
I blame? You know what I blame? Our Toronto kids, they lose focus. They wanna be rappers. They wanna pop perks. They wanna do all they forget that they're a hooper at heart.
yeah.
They get distracted too easily. And the kids out there, they just stuck with it, and it shows on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Stop,
man.
stop, stop, stop popping perks and doing the lean and shit, and then rapping, and then you're around your boys, and your boys are saying, "Yo, that sounds crazy. You should become a rapper."
Oh god.
Don't do it, man. Fuck, man. Sorry, man. It's crazy, man. See these young people too many times, man. They
Uh,
swear they're rappers after they're under the influence,
oh
and then they
man.
go on the phone, and it goes viral for some strange reason.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, man.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you got the kids in York Region and Brampton,
They locking
man, they're
in.
locked in.
They locking
You know what I
in.
mean? So,
Yeah. Anyways, shout out to high school basketball in
it's
Toronto,
back, baby.
man. Yes, sir. So, I want to talk about LeBron James.
Yes.
LeBron James, he hasn't been playing that well lately. I know Kendrick Perkins, he made a comment saying like, "Yo, this is LeBron James's last year. He
Right.
only scored 12 points." I'm like, "Man, what do y'all want from this old guy?
What do you
The guy's
want?
about to be 40." Like,
Guys, and I blame the media for this,
I
man.
do
Like,
too. I agree.
yo, there's what, 450 NBA players.
Mm,
There's a bunch of up and coming young talent. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, yo, I think the NBA is in a great space. Just give these give the young talent some more shine.
Hmm.
I think we're holding on to the James Hardens and the
The
Paul
KDs
George and
and
the
yeah,
ADs, LeBron. They're still saying LeBron is a top 5 talent
ain't no
in
way.
the NBA right
Ain't no
now.
damn way.
Come on,
I want to
man.
know from the people. Talk to us now. Is LeBron James still a top 5 player? Because I don't think he's been a top 5 player
For a while.
for a while.
Or even a top 10.
Is LeBron James a top 5 player in the NBA today? Um. Anyways, he passed. I can't remember exactly who he passed, but he's second right
He
now
passed Kyle Korver in
in
threes.
threes. Yes,
Right.
but he's now second in 30-point games
Right.
behind still
The
behind
GOAT.
Jordan.
MJ the GOAT.
Yeah, so LeBron has 559 30-point games and MJ has 562 30-point games.
And I love Charles Barkley for just throwing it out there. Like, how many more seasons has he played than MJ?
I think he played I'm not sure how much. I might be Jordan played 15 or 14. and then LeBron is obviously 22.
Like 8, 9,
Yeah,
maybe.
so 7, 8 around there. All I know is I believe it's 430 more games that he played. I'll give you 100%. So LeBron played 1,400 games. So 1,486 games, and Jordan played 1,053 games.
And
So about 400 and something games
right.
he's played more. So that's, if you look at that, it's 82 games in a season. Like, you can see,
No, real talk.
you know,
I'm just saying, with all those games played more than MJ, you still haven't passed that.
mm,
So cut it out, man.
so my question to you is, does this mean anything? Because when Barkley said this, he said, "Man, we got to stop comparing this guy to. This is fantastic. Like,
Right,
you've played 8 more seasons than LeBron. I
right.
mean, than MJ, and you still haven't passed him in 30-point games." He goes, "Just stop it. Like,
Leave
this
it
is
alone.
leave it
That
alone."
right there should have just left everything alone. Because you got
Mm,
to put everything in perspective now. Like, he's breaking all these records, but how many more games has he played? You know what I mean? From when Jordan played, he played a lot more. So I'm sorry, no disrespect, but leave MJ alone, man.
mm.
There's only one goat, and it's
I
MJ.
agree. I agree. This is impressive, but I want to know from the people in the comments. Talk to us. What is this? What is this? What does this record mean? Um, does it mean anything? LeBron is, still chasing him in 30-point games. Like, what is this? What does this actually mean?
For the
You know?
LeBron fans
Yeah.
and the LeBron historians,
Yeah.
it's just another feather in their cap. Talk their shit. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And yeah,
okay.
that's it, really.
All right. Talk to us. Talk to us. Talk to us. Anyways, okay. So, we got Dr. J, man. Dr. J, man. Like, sometimes he just gets on my nerves
Mm.
because he just talks so much. And I get Dr. J is actually a good player,
Yeah.
but come on, man. You're not. Don't disrespect Kobe like this. Anyways, I guess they want to do what they did for Bill Russell,
Eh?
where the number 6 is everywhere
Yeah.
in every single arena. So they were thinking about doing this for Kobe, or I don't know if they were thinking about doing it, but it was something was brought to him asking him, "Do you think this would be a good idea?"
Right.
And he just was like, "No." Like
Mm.
like kind of saying like, "No, like he hasn't done enough. Like, you can't compare him to Bill Russell."
Right.
And I'm like, "Bro, like this guy's a top 5 player in the NBA of all time." It's just bottom line. I don't care what you say. I don't care what anybody says.
Are you going by position or
I'm just saying,
player?
when you have a top 5 list of all time,
Kobe got to be on it.
Kobe is going to be above Bill Russell. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care about the
Ooh.
15 championships. Brother, you average like 12 points a game.
Mm.
And God rest his soul, no disrespect. He is a pioneer. He's a top 10 player of all time.
Right.
But on my list, Kobe is above him.
Mm.
He ranks higher on that list. And I say my list all the time. My list goes MJ, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, then LeBron.
Mm.
LeBron is 5th. That's
Mm.
my list. And Bill Russell, I want to say like 7 or 8,
Right.
So, when I look at players and I critique players as far as when I'm ranking them on the list,
Right.
this is not this is not a team sport. So when people talk about like MJ, it's just we do this with the whole MJ won 6 rings because it's like, what do you have to nitpick at
Right.
that time, because LeBron has done so much individually,
Right.
MJ done so much individually. You kind of
Now,
have
what's
to
the difference?
you kind
Like,
of have to get
you need
to,
that
okay,
deciding
how
factor.
was the team
Right.
success? And
Right.
that always
Right.
becomes the deciding factor.
Right.
But when a guy averages 13 or 14 points and they won 17 championships, but he doesn't have no records individually,
Right.
we're ranking we're not saying Boston. If we're gonna say Boston is one of the best teams ever, cool.
Right.
That's a top 4, top
Was
5
that
Boston
18
team.
rings? They got
Yeah.
18, 19 rings right now?
Yeah, but I'm
18.
talking that specific Boston team.
Right.
Like, they won,
They dominated.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna say that team is one of the greatest teams, cool.
Right.
But we're talking about individually.
Mhm.
Go look at Bill Russell's individual stats,
Right.
and then you come talk to me.
Right.
It's
I
not on
mean,
the level as Kobe Bryant. If we're just gonna keep it 100 on the defensive end, cool. offensively, it just doesn't even. You can't even compare it.
No, I hear what you're saying, but
Can't
I
compare it.
also hear what Dr. J's saying, man. I think low key Dr. J's like feeling like he's kind of being looked over
Yeah, but
for the
who?
impact that he's had on the NBA. Because remember,
Yo,
MJ used to say before there was MJ, there was a Dr. J,
100%,
right? So it was
100%.
like somebody, one of the media asking him that question, like, bruh, how you not gonna mention me? Maybe like, you know what I mean?
He's probably definitely feeling a little
You know, one
salty,
of those like,
but
what you going
brother,
straight to Kobe?
you're not on that. You're not on Kobe's level. I'm just sorry.
Mm.
Dr. J or Kobe, you tell me who would you rather have?
I mean, I'm a Mamba guy still.
Who would you rather have?
I'm a
So
Mamba guy, but I hear what
yeah,
the doc is saying though.
yeah, that sounds like some hating ass shit to me though. Doc need to go sit his ass down. Still looking like an old school pimp, bro. Stop it. Yo, that's one thing he brought to the league, though. He brought that cool shit to the
Yeah,
league.
he brought that super cool shit
He
to the
brought
league.
that cool swag to the
Yup,
league.
and he still
100%.
got it.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? That's the OG, triple OG right there.
Yeah. So let's get into hip hop because we got some interesting things to talk about
Mhm.
in hip hop. And first we're gonna start off with Drake. Champagne Poppy, the boy. He's
Yeah.
suing, or it's a petition. So he hasn't actually, the lawsuit hasn't actually happened yet. I guess he's asking for documents and records
Right.
to see, he wants to see it himself.
Right.
Right, him and his team. UMG, suing UMG. Uh, what is your thoughts on this? Is this a good move? Because everybody's upset. I was getting DMs crazy yesterday. Oh,
Yo,
your
the
boy is
comments,
weak.
all that.
This guy's
Oh man.
soft. You guys are still crying.
Yeah.
Drake needs to be out of hip hop. He's not a hip hop head, and
Right.
he's not a guy. He's a Karen. I heard it
Yeah.
all.
You Canadians, get out of here. You guys are not welcome in the culture.
Yes,
Hearing shit
yes,
like
yes.
that.
This is what Joe Buttons was talking about. This is what DMX was talking about. Like, what is your thought? Is this a good look for Drake?
I mean, on the ground surface, barbershop talk, no, it's not a good look. You know, because the way they're making it sound is like, oh, you lost the battle to Kendrick. Now you want to go sue him.
It's the timing.
Right? The
The
timing
timing
of it.
sucks.
So I'm like, ground surface, okay, I can spar with you guys, but yeah, you guys are kicking my ass in the
Yeah.
comments.
I wouldn't. I don't. If I was going to do it, I would maybe have done it earlier, or I wouldn't have done it on around the time where his album was coming out, and we're
Right.
talking about Kendrick so much.
Right.
So I think the timing is what
Right.
is
But
for me. But I do get what people. I don't. It's not really a good look.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not hip hop.
No.
You know what I mean? At all. But it's a boss move in regards to, yo, you're going up against UMG. Not everybody can do that shit. You know what I mean?
Nobody does
And
that.
he, from what I know of the boy, very calculated. His teams, from the lawyer side to his street team, everybody on his team, very calculated and strategic. So they have all their ducks in a row outside looking in, going up against UMG. They wouldn't go up against UMG if they didn't know or they didn't feel that they have.
This is what I'm saying.
They have the evidence.
You guys, they have to be onto something to be able to make this kind of move.
Right. So
Right.
I'm just worried. You've seen Michael Jackson,
When he was going against UMG.
seen Prince,
Mm.
seen Sam Cooke.
So what they say? What was it with Michael?
Whitney.
What did you say? What was it with Michael Jackson? He was suing UMG.
I should have did my research.
Think, let me see. I know it was he
was going up against the machine essentially.
Yes, he was suing. So it says when UMG found out Michael Jackson planned on suing them for his masters, they paid people to label him a pedo.
Look at that.
So again, when UMG learned Drake would recoup and walk out of the deal owning his masters up to 500 million, they used Kendrick to label him a pedo.
Look at that.
Ain't nothing worse than being called a pedo. I seen guys trying to say, well, Drake called him a wife beater. Brother, call me. I'm not condoning that, but to be called a pedo, ain't nothing worse on earth being a pedophile. Not you like young teens.
Right.
Like you like young kids.
You like kids, bro.
Ain't nothing worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, like,
So yeah, I'm just worried about that part.
Yes, yes.
Hearing the stories about Whitney Houston, she was about to sue or she was about to do something against the machine.
Mm.
They either get their name crazy, like because they get their name messed up, or they end up in jail, or they end up dying. So I'm like, fuck, bro.
It's crazy,
It's
right?
crazy.
It's like every time somebody like they said, Diddy, was going against, I guess, Ciroc.
All this,
Like
yes.
like they said, okay, well, you get points off of the flavors.
Right,
So he stopped promoting, or was it Deleon? I think he was getting a percentage off of Deleon.
right.
Yes. And Deleon and Ciroc, they're the same thing, right?
Mhm.
So they said, okay, when you can promote Deleon,
Right,
we'll give you this kind of percentage. So he was like, yo, okay, forget Ciroc. I'm gonna promote Deleon now,
right.
right? That's why we seen him with the Deleon stuff, right?
Mhm.
And he wasn't really promoting Ciroc. Apparently they got upset with that.
Mm.
So boom, all of a sudden, all these allegations, videos, all these things start popping up.
Right.
It's like,
And
bro,
and on top of that, didn't he want, like, more ownership?
yes,
You know what I mean? He
yes,
wanted a bigger percentage or something
yes,
along those
yep,
lines.
yep.
Then he went on his platform and he was kinda talking
Mhm.
shit or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, 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 yeah,
and then
yeah.
shit just went left,
Shit went left after that. You got
right?
look at Bill Cosby. They said he was gonna try to buy what network was that? Um, it wasn't BET, but he was planning on buying. It wasn't Disney. It was a network that he was
Mhm.
trying to buy. Bill Cosby,
Right.
and all of a sudden you got girls from
Coming out
1940
coming out the
coming out the
woodworks.
woodwork saying that you drugged me
Right,
40 years ago.
right.
Mike, like
It's real, bro. It
it's when you go up against this, and I feel you on that. With
right.
I'm a little nervous for Drake
Yeah,
because
that's
now
a that
look what happened. All of a sudden, this guy,
yeah,
the guy who commit, I don't know if he was the driver to the ex killing.
yeah,
All of a sudden, he appealing, and now Drake's name is popping up in
right,
this thing.
right.
All of a sudden, like
Crazy.
it is crazy, and I'm not. My thing about this is I'm not upset about it that he's doing it. I understand on a business level because it was a smear campaign. It was a smear campaign. Like UMG, you lowered your licensing fee 30% for just this one song.
Right.
For that DSP for Spotify, like why would you lower the percentage just for that song?
It was
It doesn't make sense. You lower it by 30%.
mhm.
Like, and guys who don't understand, like Spotify has to pay UMG to play any artist under UMG
Right.
music
Mhm.
on their platform. You got to pay. Like
Right.
they have to pay to for the streams or whatever to play the music. So you charge them. You didn't charge them the regular fee that you normally charge them. Hey, then for this song, man, we'll lower the rate on this one song.
Right.
The song that is calling him a pedo.
Right.
Why would you do that? If this is true, why would you do it for this song?
At the end of the day, like I've been seeing on other platforms and shit, they're trying to lower the man's value
Yeah,
of the
because he know that they know that he was in trying to renegotiate his deal.
right.
I guess the 400
Right.
million dollar deal was coming up to an end. I think this was the last year of it,
Okay.
and he wanted 600 or something like that.
Mhm.
Like he wanted a crazy amount because he's like, yo, I did the work. Like I put in the work. I went on tour. My tour, I think it might have friggin' earned like 400 million or 300 million or something like that.
Mhm.
So he's like, yo, I did the work, and you got more money than
Right.
whatever, right? And I think this is where the 100 gigs and all that stuff was coming out, and um he was kind of being rebellious a little bit, and
Right.
people who don't really listen to what he has to say didn't understand,
Right.
right? And UMG, like you guys started a smear campaign. If this is true, this is what he's saying. You guys started a smear campaign against him to lower his value, so
Right.
he didn't have that leverage. Like I'm the hottest. So they're saying that you guys used Kendrick Lamar
Mhm.
and not like us to devalue him, so he didn't have no leverage to negotiate a bigger deal
Right.
because they didn't want to pay him. And if that is the case and they can find it out, who wouldn't be upset about that? He's not like UMG saying, "Don't sue us, go sue Kendrick."
Right.
And he's like, "No, I'm not suing Kendrick. I'm suing you guys, you
Right.
and Spotify." Like,
Facts.
like literally, if you go on Spotify and you type in "Family Matters,"
Mhm. Not like
yo,
us fucked
not
up.
like us pops up.
Mhm.
I didn't. Like, I tried it. Guys, go try it. Go on Spotify and type in Family Matters. Not Like Us pops up.
That's crazy.
Well, so when we sat here for months and we said the fight was fixed.
Been saying it. Now the truth is coming out.
Now the truth is coming up.
Cat Williams, man, was onto something this year, man. When he said, "Yo, the truth is gonna be coming out,"
he's the one who started it, man.
he started that shit, man. You know, but yeah, it's this is a crazy time we're in right now, man.
Yeah, and you guys, and not only that, like you guys use the bots, you know, you guys botted the hell out of his music, and we're not saying that Not Like Us wouldn't have done well. It would have did well, but people are saying like there's like 100 million streams. Like you guys are going a crazy amount
Above and
with the
beyond, bro.
bots.
Real
And
shit.
I knew it was botted. I'm telling you, I knew it was botted when I sat there and in real time I watched Family Matters video and I'm like, yo, this shit is hard. Like, it was hot. And then when Meet the Grams came in, Family Matters in an hour was at like 36K views in like an hour.
Right.
And then in an hour. And when Meet the Grams in 34 minutes was at 900,000. And I was like, what? Hold up. How in real time? I'm like, how the hell did this shit get to 1 million views in 34 minutes? I'm sitting there like, bro, what? It was confusing.
But it was fixed, bro.
You know? So when they were like, what did the guy say? He goes, bot, dot him up. Yo, he's botting, nigga. Like he's botting the shit out of these things. Like it was a really good plan.
Right.
But if you're not in the business side of things,
Right.
you don't understand.
Facts.
You won't understand. You're just like, oh, you know, you guys are crying.
He lost.
You guys are hating. He lost.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like the guy literally paid, you know, radios to play his music, Not Like Us. You see Funk Flex said, he's telling the truth. Drake never paid. Payola, he never paid no radios to play his music. Yo, you got guys like, you know, Joe Buttons, who you can see clearly when you watch a lot of these podcasts. People say, oh, you just, I mean, to be honest, if you actually listen to academics, he's probably one of the only ones who criticize Drake, but gives him his flowers.
But I seen Joe give Drake his flowers as well.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Like he I seen it on one of his latest episodes. Like,
okay, what'd he say?
Something along the lines like, yo, he can see why Drake is upset. Like he can see the fight was fixed, paraphrasing. But like in the sense where you know what UMG did was kind of fucked up. And he could possibly win this case and leave with, you know, a couple billies or whatever the case may be. You know? So he sees that part. So with him doing the other stuff, calling him an asshole, and
he called him a sack of shit.
all that, you know what I mean? I just feel like those two got like some type of personal something. There's something there.
Apparently he slept with Tahiri, Joe Button. Because remember, Joe Button was hip to this whole podcast thing, this vlogging thing. He was one of the first to do it.
Yeah, he's one
especially
of
as a hip hop artist, right? He's one of the first to do it. And he apparently Drake must have slept with Tier back in the day. Like they were really good friends. They were, like him and Joe were cool. And I don't know if it's true. I've seen, you know, Boy Wonder hint to some things online. I've seen other people hint to some things, and he was upset about that. And I can get that part if me and you are friends and you sleep with my girl, or even if my ex-girl. Like, guys, leave your ex-girl, your man's ex-girl alone. There's a million girls out there. You know, I know niggas out here, they thirsty, they like what you got, but if you're my man's, if this is my ex-girl, you're supposed to stay away from her regardless.
But could it be like, you know, maybe not getting an interview or not getting a follow? I remember one time.
He was following. They were following each other. He just unfollowed them recently. But interview, I can see that.
And then
a lot of people are upset with Drake.
I'll never forget our OG, Triple OG. Shout out Friday Ricky Dread. When he went in on the boy.
Did he get one?
Not for the interview, but like I think it was for a follow. At the time, you know, Friday Ricky Dread was just like, you know, he don't rock with us. 40 rocks with him, but Drake don't rock with the movement of the We Love Hip Hop movement, like, you know what I mean?
Doesn't he get it? Doesn't he get a follow?
You end up getting the follow. But I
Drake, you
remember,
gotta follow us, bro.
I
What's up
remember,
with that?
I
Can we
remember
get a
just,
follow?
I remember the rant, and he just went in. So that just, I say that to say, could it be maybe Buttons on the same wavelength? Like maybe was supposed to get an interview, didn't go through. Like I'm just like, why is he so adamant on shitting on the
He's
boy?
so angry.
Yeah,
Like
man.
Joe Buttons, you can see the veins in his neck. Ah,
Yeah.
you are a sack of shit. He's so angry.
Right.
Like I could be wrong, but I wouldn't think he'd be so angry if his ex-girl or something that happened so long ago
Right.
is still having him in his feelings right now. Like,
Damn.
that's wild.
Wild.
It got to be something different, and we cannot pretend and act like it's not a smear campaign, brother. Let's not act like what you're doing is not intention.
Right.
It's intentionally. We know this. Like what you go on and you plan. You have a big platform and you
Right.
plan on shitting on the boy. That's what you
Right.
plan on doing every time and any chance you get.
And Charlemagne does that too.
Of course, Charlemagne. You got Charlemagne who does it. You got Joe Buttons who does it. You got DJ Head and Elliot Wilson and those guys who do it on their platform.
Right.
Listen, let's just be real. Honestly, it was a good plan.
Yeah.
I tell everybody all the time, yo, Drake didn't get out rapped, man. He didn't get out rapped in this battle. Kendrick had great strategy and used it, and he worked with. If it's true, we know the bots and all that stuff is true for sure. So this is why it's starting to make more sense.
Right.
But yo, he had a machine behind him, and he botted the hell out of it, and he had great strategy, and that's what it needed to take out the boy.
So when, you know, the general public, especially on the Kendrick side, they be like, well, you know, now Drake is upset that the machine's not in his favor. Because when he was battling Meek Mill, you know, Drake had the machine behind him. But I'm like, that back-to-back freestyle, that back-to-back track, that was a timeless track.
Yeah.
And that kind of bodied Meek Mill.
It did, but I don't think it got the same attention as Not Like Us. I don't think it got the attention as far as the charting and on the Spotify side of things, on the podcast media spaces. It wasn't. We've never talked about Kendrick like this in his entire career.
Right.
Remember, Drake did that, and he was the hottest thing ever. Remember, he had his tour going.
Yeah.
He had the friggin' OVO Fest.
Yeah.
All of those things took into place and made the song a mega hit.
Right.
I don't think I'm not saying it didn't get botted. I don't know. And maybe I don't even know if Drake knew if it got botted or not.
When that track came out, there was always speculation, is Drake a battle rapper? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he came up with Charged Up, and everybody was like,
Charged Up was nice.
I
like
thought it was
Charged Up.
tough.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But they're like, whatever.
Drake always comes up with a warm-up diss and then the killer.
And then the back-to-back, when I seen the Joe Carter cover,
crazy.
I was like, yo.
This guy's creative.
Yeah, very.
He's super creative.
You know, so, and it made its rounds around the whole hip-hop community.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody's trying to say, those same people that used to love that track are saying that track was weak, and the machine was behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Meek Mill, I didn't read what he said, but he said something along the lines of, you know, the machine was probably pushing that during his time when he was battling Drake. So,
and to be honest, I was kind of nervous for Drake. I was like, oh man, Meek. I don't know if this is lane. Meek is a crazy battle rapper.
Right.
This is his lane.
This is what he does.
And that's why I give Drake a lot of credit, because Drake don't care. He doesn't back down from a fight.
I would have loved to see him go at Pusha more.
Yeah.
And I've seen, like, Joe Budden has a little catalog of diss tracks towards the boy.
I would love to see him go at those.
I would love to see him
go at those these haters, like the Joe Buttons and
but
all
I mean,
these
the
Elliot Wilson
Pusha
guys.
T's and the Joe Buttons, they can rap though.
Yeah, but I don't think he's afraid of Joe Budden though.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he's afraid of anybody. He's going to get. He doesn't back down from a fight.
He doesn't.
So.
Really.
Anyways, man, tell us what you guys think about this, man. Is Drake wrong for suing UMG? Guys, he's not suing Kendrick Lamar. It's not even a lawsuit yet. It's a petition. He's trying to get the paperwork and stuff so he can see what's going on. But him asking for all those things, I obviously he must think something's there. So
Mhm.
um tell us how you guys feel in the comments about Drake suing UMG, for defamation and all the other stuff that he's suing him for. Tell us in the comments. Uh last thing, let's talk about Kendrick Lamar first week sales.
Mhm.
First week sales were 325K units. It's good.
Very good.
But I would say this. I watched countless pods, radio personalities, uh just different co-hosts on shows. They said, like, the whole staff, the whole Joe Budden staff said he was gonna sell 600.
Mhm.
Everybody said 600 to, I think Ish. I think the light skinned guy's name is Ish.
Yeah.
I think he said he was gonna sell 300K that day.
Mhm.
Um, Melissa Ford, you're a weirdo too. You're a weirdo. Come on now.
Alright,
You're a weirdo.
you know,
Let's start acting like we're from this city. Come on now. Then she try to act tough one day. They're like, you can't go to Toronto. Yeah, I go wherever I want. Shut up. Just shut up. Fool. You out there acting like you're not from
she's
Toronto.
always welcome to the 6, man.
Listen,
She's
don't
representing.
let us go get top 5 on your goofy ass, okay? Stupid ass. She annoys me. Like,
Yeah,
she's so dumb on that show.
she don't rate us.
She doesn't rate nothing that's from the Toronto. She doesn't.
Yeah.
You're just a fool. I hate when people move to the States and they act like this is not home. Let's be honest, man. This is
Right.
always going to be home, no matter where we're at. You are
Right.
from Toronto. You're not from New York, and you go on that show and you don't support nothing. Anytime Joe is going on his little stupid rants, you are out here just defending and are laughing like an idiot. Like, just shut up. Anyways, 325K
Right.
units. Is Kendrick Lamar selling 325K units first week sales? Is that a flop, or is that a W, or is that an L?
My whole thing is when the way everybody's talking about this being a classic and all that, you would think that that was gonna be it was gonna those first week numbers were gonna be over 600K.
Mhm.
I thought that personally, just the way everybody was responding. The feedback was crazy. Like, this is a classic. This is a
Mhm.
masterpiece,
Yep.
right?
Because For All the Dogs did 402K
Right,
first week sales.
right.
So
So I'm just
yeah.
like, it didn't even beat Drake in
Mm-mm.
that. So
Nope.
like, I'm sorry, maybe next second week sales is gonna push it up.
Certified Lover Boy did 613K first week sales, and we haven't had, um, despite many attempts, we haven't had, any album surpass those first week
The nut
sales with
sales.
All the Dogs
Yeah.
and
And certified lover boy.
Certified Lover Boy.
That's crazy. So yeah. I mean,
I think there's a lot of excuses now. Oh, this is a mixtape. Like,
yeah.
if this is such a amazing classic album, why are we talking about it being a mixtape?
Yeah. And now they're saying, oh, I forgot somebody said it. That yeah, Kendrick's not done. He has more coming.
Ooh, they said that okay, so I'll give you my how I feel about this first week sales. I think it's a L. I think
Mhm.
this is a big L for Kendrick Lamar
Right.
selling 325K first week sales. And I think once Drake, I don't know if it's the time in, but when Drake put that when he put that petition out, I think the bots just like, let's chill out a little bit. I think the bots is like, they're on to us. We're on to us. We gotta chill because, bro, you had all the hype. You had the
Right.
biggest summer of your whole entire career.
Facts.
You got Artist of the Year, like you said, on Spotify.
Right.
Was it Spotify? No, Apple Music.
Apple Music.
You got Hip Hop Artist of the Year without even putting an album out.
He
You
didn't put
said,
nothing out other
right?
than other than
But the 4 diss track or the 3 or
right.
4 diss tracks, right?
Right.
And you got all this momentum from Not Like Us being such a mega hit. Regardless, I think it was gonna do well. I think it was gonna do well, maybe not as well, but I think
Yeah.
it was gonna still do well as a song, right?
Mhm.
And you still sold under All the Dogs,
Right.
which people are considered not such a great album.
Mhm.
Like, oh well, For All the Dogs is it's okay. It's not. So one of Drake's mid packs. What you guys want to say? I don't think it's a mid pack, but
Right.
one of Drake's mid packs still outsold Kendrick Lamar first week
Facts.
sales.
Facts.
Like, I think it's a big L. Now that we're going on a week of having the album, last week I said it was a 6.5 out of 10. I'm at a 4.55 out of 10 right now. And it's just okay.
Yeah.
Too many skips. The album got too many skips.
Yeah, they got a
Like,
solid 5 tracks and
yeah,
listens, but
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I haven't I tried to listen to it again. The replay value on this album sucks.
mhm,
I don't want to hear that shit again. Like, I'm trying
mhm.
because I want to come on here and I want to speak about the album, but it's so difficult. Like, bro, you had this song with Lefty Gunplay, and Lefty Gunplay is a artist. I believe he's a Mexican artist from LA because he's putting on LA artists. And you got this guy saying "nigga" in the song.
Right,
This man, but Drake, but Drake can't say the N word.
right.
But you allow this guy, you allow the guy,
The
he's
double
Mexican.
standard is it's crazy,
You allow
bro.
him to come on the album and say the N word. The man is in the interview. It says that like, yo, I would never let a black man date my daughter. Ain't no
He
my
said it
daughter.
straight. Yeah, I
Yeah,
seen that.
he ain't letting no black man date his daughter, or he ain't letting his daughter date a black man.
Right.
To me, those are the things, man. Yo, I don't know, man. This is just crazy. When people come into debates with me about Drake, it's always the personal stuff. Oh, well, he
Right.
paints his nails, man. Why y'all worried about him painting his nails? If he plays on the other team, why is that your concern? Like, do we believe that Drake is he's gay? Do we believe that? But he's slashing everybody's girl. So if we're not concerned of him being gay, then why y'all even talking about him painting his nails? Why is that even a conversation? Oh, he wears the pigtails. Why can't he wear the pigtails at 37, 38, but Snoop could wear the pigtails, when he's 75 years old? Oh, well, Snoop is an OG pimp. This is the stuff that we talk about.
Right.
Let's just talk about music. Does his music suck or this is not? Is it good? Which one is it? This is the stuff that I don't understand. Like, people get too personal with this thing, and it just gets annoying. When people start talking about Drake's personal, I'm just like, all right, I'm done talking to you.
Right.
Because y'all don't want to talk factual stuff. Y'all don't want to talk factual stuff. Y'all want to talk about just personal stuff. We can talk about personal stuff with anybody. Nobody's perfect. So it doesn't even matter, right? So that is my thing. I want to know from you guys, man. What do you guys think of Kendrick Lamar selling 325K first week sales? Is that an L or is that a W? Talk to us in the comments. We want to know. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
I want to shout out my young boy from Inspire Academy. I like to call him one of the point guards. He's doing his thing. Zane, Zane McFarlane from Inspire Academy. He's playing in the OSBA. I believe that he's playing in the I call it the G League of the OSBA. You know what I mean? I think there's the new programs that come into the OSBA. They got to go through this gauntlet, and then if they handle their business,
They move up.
they move up.
Gotcha.
Zane's been handling his business. You know what I mean? In the last 5 games, young boys had like a 32-10 against Orangeville BDA.
Ooh.
And the win.
Ooh.
Had like 29-8 versus XL Hoops basketball. Man dropped a 45-7 against BCP provincials.
Oh my God.
He had a 20-4, a light 20-4
That's still
versus
good.
Henry Carr, and dropped a 40. Had a 40-6
Jeez.
against Victoria Academy.
You gotta check this boy out.
Right? And
Oh
then
my
he
God.
had like a 26-3 versus Plorius Prep. So yeah, man. I
Damn,
mean,
he putting that work.
he's putting that work in, man. I've watched him grow From dag, from a youngin' to
Mm.
now.
We gotta check him out. Yeah, we
He
gotta check
doing
him
this
out.
thing, man. So I just want to shout him out. Keep grinding, keep doing you. And you know, you're holding it down for the smaller guards, man. You know, we taking notes over here, man. Shout out Inspire Academy and shout out Zane. Point guard. Keep doing your thing,
Mm.
man. And
Wha
please,
One
oh,
last thing,
yeah.
one last thing with the Drake. Drake has Drake has sold more album units this year than any other rapper. Does he have an album? Did he drop an album this year? Drake.
No,
There you go.
hold
Anyways,
that. Hold that.
carry on, sir.
You know what I
Sorry.
mean? So yo, and we out, man. Yo, just continue to support us, man. Subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Check out our website. And yo, man, just keep supporting. Straight.
Yes, sir.
Title League. You
Let's
already
get
know
it.
what it is, man. And we out.